Hey guys, and welcome to Sounds Like NYC episode 42. My guest here grew up in New Rochelle before making the move to the city to pursue his music career. His debut album, You Only Live Forever, has ranked over, you said 1 million views?
1 million streams, yeah.
Yeah. Since his debut, nice. In 2018. Respect. And his newest single, is it Season?
Yeah, season 3.
Yeah, season 3 is out now. You can follow him on Eye of the Llama. Please welcome the very talented Len Lama.
Yes, respect. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to David. Shout out to my dude, Daniel.
Yo.
Already know.
Yeah, man. So let's just, elephant in the room. We've spoken before.
Yeah.
This is like, we spoke like a year ago. Okay. We spoke like a year ago.
Yeah,
and I guess just, it just never happened for whatever reason. But so thank you for finally coming on.
Already, man. No problem, bro.
So you grew up in New Rochelle for how many years of your life?
Pretty much all my life. You know what I'm saying? I was born in the Bronx, like my first couple months of living. And then my parents moved to New Rochelle. And so I've been
upstate New York.
Pretty much. Yeah. Right? Everybody's like, New Rochelle's upstate. I'm like, bro, I could walk to the Bronx from where I'm at, you know?
Nah, dude, anything, to be honest, I would consider anything above, Washington Heights upstate, just because of how long it takes me to get there.
No, I'm a bit more lenient. Anything outside of the boroughs is upstate.
Yeah. So even Long Island is upstate.
No, Long Island is Long Island. You got Long Island, you got New York City, and then you got upstate.
Long Island is just by itself.
Yeah, Long Island's its own entity, bro.
That shit is out there.
Yeah.
Don't count
Wait, but what about Queens? Because doesn't Queens kind of
Queens is a borough.
Yeah, no, but
Queens is a fucking borough.
But it's like
the biggest borough. It's got the most diversity.
It does.
What are you talking about? Yeah,
interesting.
They speak over 200 languages in Queens.
What about Brooklyn?
More than Brooklyn?
Yeah, way more than Brooklyn.
180. Brooklyn's 180.
More than Manhattan too?
Yeah, and we got the most amount of people.
Wait, there's more than 200. Wait.
It's because there's nothing to do out here, maybe. I don't know. I don't really. It's like nobody's like, yo, let's go to Queens.
Listen, you're from upstate, so you can't really say much.
Right.
Wait, I didn't.
More to do in New Road, though, man.
You move in?
No.
Big gas.
No. All right, but I didn't know that there were over 200 languages, even around.
Because you're not a scholar like me.
Right. Just look it up on Wikipedia, right before.
I did.
Research,
yeah. I just look up facts about Queens.
Yeah.
Random facts of Queens. Why they have so much addresses that look alike?
Well, see, here's the thing. The addresses in Queens will make a lot more sense than any other borough.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you got 35, 37, 36th Street. So you know it's by 35th Avenue and 36th Street. Or 101, 102 Hillside Avenue. You know it's by 101 and Hillside.
No. Speaking of no. Here's
other fucking addresses don't make any sense.
No, they got 36th Street Ave.
Yeah, that's weird because so you remember
we can't all
2
be
weeks
perfect,
ago.
Daniel.
Oh my god. So you remember 2 weeks ago when I was trying to meet you at for Guitar Center, and then you told me meet me on 32nd Street and then 36th Avenue, and that's the first time that I've heard numbers used for both avenues and streets, and I'm
then it's still the same
it's so confusing. It's super confusing.
Yeah, but you got okay. So what borough? I mean, what neighborhood is 275 7th Avenue in? Exactly, you can't fucking tell.
Yeah, because.
But I know that 8909 Jamaica Avenue is in Woodhaven.
Because you lived in Queens all your life or something. Come on, what?
It's just a better system. That's what I'm saying. And Queens is the only one where the zip code and the neighborhood coincide. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
So if you got 11101, you don't say Queens, you say Long Island City. Or you don't say Queens, you say Jamaica.
No, I mean if you want to get anal about that, you can say that for other places too. I could say.
Could you get closer to the mic?
Yeah, I got you. My bad. I don't know nothing about.
No,
Queens,
because
Queens is confusing.
Yeah, overall. But I could say that for Brooklyn too. Where I live, I could say 11236 Canarsie, but that's just stupid. It's stupid.
You're stupid.
No, you're
so,
stupid.
anyways, you've been living in New Rochelle for how long? Or you lived in New Rochelle for how long?
Yeah, 20. Well, I was in DC for 3-4 years. So that's 21 years overall. New Rochelle. Accumulated 21 years. I went up to Buffalo too for a year. So yeah, 20 years in New Rochelle.
Gotcha. So what do you think the main differences are from something like that to I don't know, DC or Buffalo?
For sure, just like things like convenience. You know what I'm saying? Like I could walk down the street and get to a store rather than if you're in Buffalo or mostly everywhere else except New York City, you need like a car or there's not as much buses, you know what I'm saying? So you need to have some kind of way of transportation. But New York, like overall New York vibe is more convenient, you know what I'm saying? So you get places, do things easier. So,
Speaking of buses, I hate buses more than I hate myself, and that's saying a lot. I'm just like, because the thing with buses, right? I mean, like,
Again, Daniel, you're wrong. You're wrong. I love buses.
Thankfully, no. It depends on like where you get a bus or like where the bus is running to. But like,
you never see a crackhead sleeping on a bus. You never see a crackhead pissing himself or shitting himself in the bus.
Well, you haven't lived life yet.
That was
See.
I won't talk about New York City. DC is something completely fucking different.
DC is
I feel
a
like
whole nother,
really.
I ain't gonna lie. It's
But
like
that's
no
where the government lives.
I feel like it's like a mini
super
Brooklyn,
clean.
though. It's kind of remind me of Brooklyn, though. It's
Really?
like a Brooklyn
Yeah.
vibe.
Interesting.
Brooklyn vibe,
Yeah. But what I was gonna say, yeah, buses. Cause like with buses, right? So like I lived in Japan for like 1.5 years, and like I would be so scared anytime I would have like take a bus because like I mean I could like read Japanese and stuff, but just kind of like being on a bus that you don't know for the first time, like where's it going to and stuff, is like super like scary because because you don't know where you're supposed to get off and like you can't even like guess or like I don't know. It's just like I don't like buses.
The country
like
experiences is a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
that's like you just gotta be.
You guys have buses too, though, outside of state, right? Like upstate.
Yeah, Buffalo's like it's buses, but it's like it's not that. You know what I'm saying? Like every corner, like you can find a bus stop. It's more like you got to be in the closest to the city.
Yeah, that's the only thing I hate about buses. Like they stop. Like every other stop is like 2 blocks.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I don't like.
That's in New York though. Other places like they'll drive for 8 blocks till you get to the next stop. So it's like that shit is crazy.
So like I live in Canarsie, right, and it's like edge of Brooklyn, right next to like
the water,
the Belt Parkway and stuff like that, right across the bay or like whatever from like Jamaica and Far Rockaway, right? So like the bus line I use to kind of like commute everywhere, it's like a straight line. It's just a straight line. So like every 2 blocks, it stops, and it's like the most annoying thing because like especially when I'm like coming home, like there are some people that will get off like from the train station on the next stop, and like it would have been faster for them to walk, right? Than to like take the bus, to have to wait for the bus, then have take it. Like they could have been home already or like closer to home, and it's just like super frustrating. Yeah, because I live closer to the end of the line, so it's just like I just want to get home as soon as possible. Like I deserve to take the bus.
To get home,
I sound like an asshole.
It's like you got 100 stops for you to get home.
Yeah, it's like crazy. Super annoying. Yeah,
I love the bus though. I ain't gonna lie, I like the bus. It's comfortable, and I don't gotta drive.
Yeah, plus you get USB. You could charge your fucking phone.
Oh,
not on every bus. See, that's the privilege people from Queens have.
Queens, Queens, y'all spoiled. See, you don't have no outlets on the bus. Nah, only on the train. Metro North. That's my,
Wait, they have that?
Yeah, the Metro North.
What?
Yeah, they got the outlets.
Dude, the Metro North goes
train.
like
The Metro North is mad expensive. That's why they better have outlets. Y'all need outlets. You better have AC or that.
I like the LIR though. I actually do like the LIR.
I haven't rode that. I can't lie. I never rode that.
I've never ridden it either. No,
it's real fun. You get to places quick.
Queens,
you get to places quick, and you get to pee in the middle of it. It's fucking great. It's a bathroom,
right? At least they got bathrooms.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Bathrooms.
The New York City.
You can hide in the bathroom and just not pay.
I mean, listen, the MTA has bathrooms, but like
no, the MTA is a bathroom. The stations are the bathrooms. Yeah,
sure.
So let me ask you something, Len. I saw that you call yourself a visual architect.
Yes, sir.
What does that mean?
Basically, I do videos too. I do films, photography, and I guess kind of see it like kind of building a vision,
right?
Like you know what I'm saying, through pictures and drawing. Like it's kind of like math. It's kind of like architecture. You know what I'm saying? Like when I used to do architecture and be interested in high school. I used to do like you know what I'm saying, CAD drawings and stuff. And it was like this is kind of like you know what I'm saying, making a movie or making a video or a song. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like architecture. So I was like, I'm a visual architect in that way. I'm designing the you know what I'm saying, a movie or whatever.
You want to hear a stupid law?
What's that?
You can't call yourself an architect
Unless you have a license.
Yeah. Otherwise, you go to jail or something.
Well, you're going to jail, buddy.
Huh? You just set me up on the podcast.
Unless you like trademark the thing, and then he's like, no, it doesn't mean an architect. Like an architect, it's just a trademark. Like it's in the name.
Okay.
Not like a
I didn't
title.
know that.
You know
Though.
I mean?
They got laws for everything nowadays. Whatever, man.
Yeah, they never taught
I'm a
us
black
that
man in
school,
America. I could go to jail for anything.
basically. But yeah. So like me and David.
It's like your shit.
I was like, well, I'm pretty brown too, but
Complexion for protection.
exactly.
You're the acceptable shade of brown.
I'm a melanin queen.
I guess I don't even know what that means.
Glow queen.
I'm a melatonin queen.
Melatonin queen.
You love sleep, bro.
Yeah.
It's like sleeping beauty, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but me and David, we actually went to a high school that specializes in architecture and design. Hashtag,
Oh, fine.
shout out to hashtag shout out.
Don't say their name.
Why?
Why? Why?
So what is it? City
Why?
College? City College?
No. High school.
Oh, high school.
Why can't I say the name?
High school. Okay.
I mean, there's only like
That's
one
fine,
high
though.
school
They
in like
get
all
enough.
the city.
They get enough money. That's what I'm
What is
saying.
this? This is a promotion.
Enough
Okay,
money.
Williamsburg High School for Architecture and Design. It's in where is it? It's in
North Six and Driggs.
yeah, North Six and
heard of
Driggs in Williamsburg. So where are the hipster
That's
central of Brooklyn? You could say, yeah.
That's fine.
But so we studied CAD and stuff like that. So
We got our certificate, but I don't know shit.
yeah. I don't know
I
anything.
should've
Yeah,
stayed with it, yo. That's dope.
yeah.
I wish I could have, but I wanted to go to Syracuse. I'm like, they were charging an arm and a leg.
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
get a scholarship. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck
I
it.
think I know a bunch of
That's
people who went to
fair.
Syracuse or like fucking. I don't know. I don't know
School.
schools.
That's my
Wait.
favorite school.
You know how I picked my college? I picked my college because somebody said they had a nice library. I was like, okay, cool, that sounds cool. And I went to Brooklyn College and I dropped out after a year.
Yeah, that's
As
the
you
worst
do,
reason
yeah.
to pick a college. It's like,
I never went. I never saw it before. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I just know it was like somewhere in Brooklyn. No. But that's why I dropped out after a year.
Yeah, that's why I did the same shit. I just went to play basketball and I was like, fuck this shit. I ain't doing this shit.
So can we talk about how much of a scam college is at this point in history?
Man. That's
I have a lot of
hour
gripes. I have a lot
conversation.
of
That's an hour
complaints.
conversation. I don't know. College is cool if you know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
you're going with
Yeah.
the right mind state. If you're going confused, like don't go to college. If you're confused,
exactly.
So
give
you mean like
yourself 2
most
years.
high schoolers?
Yeah, like that's the whole like you don't know yourself at 18. Like you don't know shit about anything. So it's
You
like,
don't know what
how
a
do they
fucking
expect
loan
it?
is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you
You
don't
don't
know
know
what
what
credit
like
is, you don't
compounding
know-
interest is.
Exactly. So you going in there taking
I
all these
still don't know
loans
what
out,
compounding
come out of
interest is.
college with fucking $50,000
I'll teach you.
in debt and no job. It's like nah. They should let college start at like 23. Like you should go to college like at 23. They should give you a break after high school for like 2 years, at least till you're 21.
Yeah.
And then like 21, 22 should be like when college starts.
You raising
That's
your hand?
actually
Because if people gonna drink at college, you might as well be 21 when you go to
Yeah.
college. It's like everybody's getting drunk, doing drugs, and fucking having fun. So
Because-
you might as well be 21.
That's actually what they do in Europe, I believe. That's like a regular thing that students do. So they take a year off and stuff like that, and then they go
that
into
makes
college.
sense. You're already stressed out from
Yeah.
SATs and shit.
Exactly.
You're trying to go to
Like,
college.
yeah.
That shit makes no
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Like
don't know.
I got
college.
1100. I got an 1100 in my SATs.
So for
I
a
don't know
black
what I
guy,
got. I ain't gonna lie. So
I remember thinking that was a really good score, but I was like, I don't think that's that good.
that's terrible.
I'm not sure if it was out of 24 or out of
No,
16.
it's out of 24.
Yeah.
So you
It's out
so you
of
got like less than
2400?
half.
It's out of
2400. No,
I think I
is
got
it
like a
21? No. I think
1365
it's
or
21.
some
21 or 22. I think.
It's around 20
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Definitely. I think
Yeah,
got
so
like
I fucked
13
up.
something.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Though. I was like,
Yeah.
What did you
I
get?
did terrible. Like 13 something. I think.
Okay, yeah.
1365.
So apparently, as like a black guy, because you know how the SATs, like the scores are basically, so like the whole like deviation. What do you call it? Like the standard
The bell curve.
deviation. Yeah, the bell curve or whatever.
Yeah, they curve
It's
it and
basically so like basically black people like not underperform, but like for like a whole bunch of circumstances and reasons, black people tend to get quote unquote lower scores. So apparently for me, for like a black student, I got a really good score. Like I got like an 1830.
So they curved it down.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
fucked up, bro.
Yeah, what
Like,
type?
bro, you
No,
did.
It's like,
it's
yo,
not
you
me.
got
Hey, Daniel, you did really, really good for a black
Yeah, I
guy.
did.
It's like,
Yeah,
wow, bro,
not
we're
according
oppressed.
to me.
So we're gonna
according
give
to
you a
the
lesser
SATs.
score.
According to the SATs.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
according to the
like,
SATs.
congratulations, you did
Thank
better than
you.
the average black guy.
Yes.
So we're
Yeah, so I
gonna
am
dock
gonna
your
let-
fucking numbers. 'cause-
Yes,
Because it just doesn't look right. That's
Exactly.
fucked up, bro. I didn't even know they do that. That's
I am
wild.
better than the average
See the
black
world we
person.
live in? Right? It's like you don't fit our statistics, bro. We got to fit you in somehow.
Yeah. So like that sort of thing, or like I could be completely wrong, but like I remember studying about, because I went to this like after school program that like prepares you for college. So we did case studies about like the SATs, about what do you call it? About what's that thing where like trying to get more black people into college or more students of color into college.
Affirmative action?
Yeah, affirmative action, stuff like that. So like we like studied about stuff like that and things. So I learned a lot about the scam of kind of like college as I was preparing to go into college.
And you still went for 4 years, Daniel.
Yeah. Actually,
why did you go?
I haven't graduated yet. I just have to finish up my like internship now, and then I'll graduate in May. But because I mean, that was like the only thing for me to do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing, too. I always tell people, if you don't got nothing else to do, you might as well just go. You know what I'm saying? The worst you'll do is meet somebody, though. That's why I tell people, it's like,
I mean, listen,
and, like, waste time.
well, not go like a state school, just go like community college or something.
Yeah,
you can find a shit ton of people there.
That too, because
college and like just figure out your vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you sit around, it could get worse than if you just try to do something.
Yeah.
Because college is the most expensive, best way to waste your money. I feel like, especially if you don't know what you're trying to do.
It right.
That's not true.
If you don't go into it doing it right,
that's not true.
Cause I learned a lot of shit at college. You said timeshares.
You could lose a shit ton of money on timeshares.
Right? Fuck around, spend mad bread on stocks and shit.
Did you finish college?
Bruh, nah, hell no. I did like a year and a semester.
Okay, so you did more. You still did more than me. I did 2 semesters.
2 semesters. I tried to look at my mom. I was like, I'm gonna go 1 more year.
Yeah.
But I was like, I only wanted to play ball, so like I made the ball team. Was smoking weed.
Yeah.
I was fucking out of shape. I was like, fuck it, I'm just quitting. And I was already failing my classes. I'm like, he's not gonna play me anymore. I'm failing all my classes, so fuck it, I just quit.
So like, how did you feel like quitting college, like, you know, impacted you musically? Do you think it did anything to your music?
Oh yeah, 100%. It just put me more in a mode of like, this is almost all I got right now. You know what I'm saying? So like, I should take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, when I dropped college and I was like, all right, I started setting my business.
Yeah, you burned your ships.
So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just getting it right, getting everything right, putting everything together. Like, all right, this is what I have to do now. You know what I'm saying? Rather than like depending on maybe I got a degree and if worst comes to worst, I get a job. It's like, worst come to worst is like I'm homeless now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It's all
your back's against the wall now.
Exactly. So it's like it puts more drive into you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of encourage people to just put yourself in that tough spot because it's like it's going to be all or nothing. It's going to make you get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I usually tend to not to like give any advice when it comes to college just because like I'm fucking biased because like I when I went in, like I told my mom, like, listen, I don't like this. I'll give it a year just to give it a shot. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, well, I'm not gonna do anything. Yeah. And so I went with that mindset. I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Like I became like I don't know, like became more bitter. I became like a fucking asshole.
You became a libertarian.
I became tired.
Yeah, facts. That's exactly how I was too. I was like, man, I was stressed out. I'm like, I'm ready to go home. Like,
so like this dude basically became like a libertarian for like a year or so, and like it's funny because you think college would like turn you into the opposite, or like at least that's like the stereotype or whatever.
I was just like pissed. I was like, none of this makes sense to me.
Yeah,
but then like,
scam,
it's not even that it's wrong. It's just the way that I guess they position it to people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they make it seem
like it's the only way thing. Like it's the only way to success, and like if anything, so many people like in the past 4 or 5 years, like that's been proven false more and more.
Yeah. That's the thing that turned me off from it too. Is like, why do people have degrees and no jobs?
Exactly.
It's like, why am I basically paying for a piece of paper? And then what really pissed me off about college is like, why do you pay $20,000 to $100,000 and it's not a guarantee that you pass your class?
Exactly.
Like, I'm paying you to pass. Like, don't fail me. Like,
I mean, if anything, it's more of it's sort of like a detriment. You know what I mean? Because now you spend just 4 years in school versus where you could have been doing, you know,
what
working up
to
exactly
and using that money to fund your business. You know what I'm saying? Rather than spending $100,000 and giving it for.
I mean, it would just be so much better if like people can give like apprenticeships again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like instead of going to like a law school or something, you would just be an apprentice to like a fucking. What's it called, like an attorney or something? Yeah.
And
just doing it that way.
Like I always recommend trade school.
Like that.
Trade school is the best because like if you know how to do something, it's like you're always gonna have a job.
Yeah,
like 60, 70 grand a year, easy.
Yeah, plumber or something, like electricity, like that's the shit to do. You know what I'm saying?
One of the things that I really like about Japan is that, so in some ways it's kind of funny, in some ways it's still kind of frustrating, but Japan is still stuck like in the 1950s, 1960s in some ways. But like a thing that is still very common is
milkshakes and racism.
Yeah, sure. So you know, one of so like you could still, so in like many cases, once you get out of college, or maybe in like some like offices or businesses, once you even get out of high school, like you will get training specifically for the job that you're applying for. So a lot of my Japanese friends, like they just study something random because they know that they're going to get training for the job that they're going to enter specifically after they graduate. So like college,
okay. So
for like
college and trade school at once. It's like kind of
no, it's like it's basically people like go to study whatever they want in college. Just I see it this way, kind of like half the people that I became friends with were like studying English just because like they want to like work for like, you know, airlines and stuff like that. So like they don't need to like specifically go to school to like become like a cabin attendant, but they just do it because it looks good for their resume, and they know that they're going to get training specifically for like becoming like a, you know, flight attendant after. So they're just going to college for the social aspect and just to, you know, better themselves.
And then they're going to get a training
and then they get training anyway. So they're not really worried about like getting the best grades or like anything like that. Like Japanese students don't really care about their grades in college for the most part, in my opinion, depending on their major, if it's more like liberal arts based. Then there's like, many times offices or like big businesses will like give you training as well. So like people who want to do that just like go to like study about general economics, business, stuff like that. But like the pressure to like do very well in college in Japan, at least from, you know, from my perspective, isn't that high. Like it's definitely higher in like, you know, high school for, you know, Japanese people, and I feel like it's the reverse over here in America. Yeah, I don't know, but
the culture is definitely opposite over there. I already know that. As far as like even just spiritually and stuff, they just do things on a total opposite hemisphere. Really, though, pun intended.
So, do you have anything else coming up now, or are you still working on stuff?
Yeah, I have an album coming out this year, Palace by the Hill. I just dropped the first single, which was season 3, with the video. This is more. It's going to be an interesting album. It's not going to be like my debut album, You Only Live Forever. That was more like strictly audio. This is more like documentary movie style. So
that's interesting.
See like how the first video I dropped, it was like I had a little skit in the beginning where I was talking from last year, and then I kind of showed like the progress to this year today. So it's like it's kind of going to be something like that, more like documentary style, dropping as it goes. So you kind of like watching it happen more than like listening to it happen.
I mean, do you think you have more of an advantage being like a multimedia artist than like someone who just makes music?
Definitely. As far as funds, for one, you know what I'm saying? Like I mix my own music, I record myself in my house, so like I'm saving $500 a month just on, you know what I'm saying, videos and just getting my music produced. So it's like that's definitely an advantage, you know what I'm saying, on my part, just learning how to do that. I really encourage all artists to do that, because like it's like somebody could shut your shop down tomorrow. You don't know how to make beats. It's like, all right, well, nobody gives you beats. How are you going to make music? You know what I'm saying? So like you should learn how to make beats, learn how to edit a little video just in case like nobody's around to do it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand that so much.
Self-efficiency.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, that's all you got, really. You know what I'm saying? You got a team. The team helps, but like if you can't do stuff on your own, it's like, you know what I'm saying, nobody's gonna give it to you.
Yeah, people are flaky.
Yeah, flaky people have their own lives.
People get to places late.
Yeah, late schedule.
Look, don't blame. I live. You know my situation between the way. No,
you know, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
Like,
you know,
no,
I don't
it's
care.
frustrating living in New York City, because like the trains are all terrible for the most part, and the city is so
people
big.
laying on tracks and shit.
And it takes not even that, just like fundamentally, like, you know, everything's falling apart. But like the city is just now trying to fix problems that should have been fixed like
years ago.
30 years ago. And it's like,
and you know what's crazy? And you guys know what's crazy? You know what borough doesn't have that many fucking problems?
Look, David.
Queens. The trains are always working in Queens. It's fucking weird. Nobody jumps on fucking turnstiles in fucking Queens. It's fucking weird.
Because everyone is stuck in their own little
Manhattan
bubble.
and Bronx is like the worst places to be like depend on the subway. It's like guaranteed.
Brooklyn too. Brooklyn is fucking awful.
Yeah, Brooklyn is getting better though in some parts, but like Bronx is still like, bruh, you don't know what's gonna happen. You just try to
I mean, listen, we got the J line, we got the A line, we got the M line, we got the 7, the E, the F,
Q.
Exactly. The Q, the N, the W, the R.
The 1 and 2, the 6, the 5. I think that's all. 1, 2. Yeah, 1-2-6-5. That's it. It's like the whole Bronx.
Yeah.
I guess, pretty much. I think I'm a Westchester.
Queens is
baby,
just better, bro. Queens is just better. And
Shut up.
Listen, we need to get the recognition that we deserve because we don't
Well,
get
you guys
it.
have apparently Martin.
Yeah, I really don't get it because
Who's
I don't
it?
know what's going on in Queens at all.
Like you know, who's trying to make Astoria into like the new what do you call it?
Oh, Robert De
Hollywood?
Niro.
Yeah, Robert De Niro is apparently going to build like a film studio like around this area. So
word.
you guys have your
Like
recognition.
some Tyler Perry shit we did at
Yeah,
Atlanta. He built
exactly,
Like a campus, like a compound out there. That shit's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. More people need to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so what's up? What we got going on?
Yeah, David, what's going on in your life? Buying and selling property.
I need more juice. That's what's going on in my life.
No.
Don't do that.
Please.
Don't do that. You
Just kill me.
fucking
More,
dummy.
please.
So I mean,
I'll pay
you've been pretty much like everywhere, basically, right? You've been to from Buttfuck Nowhere, New Rochelle to DC to New York City.
Word, thanks. Hell yeah.
So how do you feel like New York City has like changed you in any way? Do you feel like your personality has changed? Do you feel like your attitude towards like certain things have changed? Do you feel like you're working more?
I feel like New York City changed me in ways I didn't know that I was until I left out of New York City. You know what I'm saying? Like I noticed just my attitude towards things is different. The way I approach conversation is different. You know what I'm saying? Like New York people are more kind of straightforward. They're more fast moving. It's like you come out of state, it's more like slow. It's more people say how you doing and they actually want to know how you doing. You know what I'm saying? They're ready to listen and shit. So it's like New York kind of changed my way in that way. It's like where I leave the state, it's like I feel like I'm ahead of step than everybody just because it's like I'm used to moving fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that kind of gave me a up from New York City.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough when you're going like 120 miles per hour, then you go to like somewhere where they're just going like 30. It's just like,
in the South, it
just becomes like it gives me a headache sometimes.
Yeah, it's like everything's just slow and spaced
Yeah.
out. And I didn't really realize that until I left the city. I thought kind of like just the perspective of how I see stuff. I'm like, oh, Atlanta's a big city. It's probably like New York City. And I get there and it's like everything is spaced the fuck out. It's like you need a car to get anywhere. And it's like, damn, I didn't know that. It's kind of, you don't really get it till you get there. So it's like, it's good to travel overall. I mean, especially if you're from New York.
Would you recommend artists coming to New York City to like try to pursue art?
Nah, hell no.
Wait, really? How come?
Nah, because it's too much people, too much things going on. It's like, it's not.
It's fucking expensive too.
Yeah, they're expensive too. So you're wasting money overall trying to pay your rent. So that's money you could put to your business. Second of all, it's like kind of everybody's in their own zone and they're moving. It's like New York is more of a place where you come after you get money. Like you come here, you have money, you meet the people you're supposed to meet because the important people are in New York that can help you, but they're more like here because they're popping in other states. Like they have shit going on in other states. So like it might be like an executive of some building with a company, but like his core is in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So you come to New York to go expand to other states, but you don't really come to New York to build a fan base because it's like it's a million artists, a million things going on, different genres of music. It's like it's just a different vibe overall. Like New York is not really a place to build a fan base. It's more of a place to just meet important people and build with them.
Just
to
network.
branch out. Yeah, network and branch out to other states. You know what I'm saying? But don't come here and try to like set up shop. Because like it's not gonna. It's not gonna.
You shouldn't come here to start. You should come here when you've already started something, and then just come here to build.
Exactly.
You don't come here to start. You come here to build.
Yeah, I definitely.
That's a better way to say it. Don't come here to start. Come to build. You know what I'm saying? Come when you got something going on already, and just branch it out and expand it. You know what I'm saying? Rather than coming here and try to fresh start and build up.
Because there's a shit ton of people moving in left and right, trying to be the next fucking. Whatever it is, you know what I mean?
It's like it's not
like too much.
It's too much people. It's like it's too much going on. Everybody's trying to do it, so it's like a cesspool of you know what I'm saying. Like people aspiring to do things. It's like I wouldn't recommend it honestly.
And that's why New York City is relocating all the homeless people to make way for all the artists that will eventually become
homeless.
Yeah, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. Yeah.
It's like they move out the.
You know what they say. You know what they say. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Right. Facts, yo. That's why it's like, don't do it. Man.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
regret it. There's a lot of people doing that in LA, but LA is just like, the price is same as New York City.
There's a
People
shit
going
ton of
to
homeless
LA.
people in LA, though.
Yeah, shit ton of homeless people in LA. And people don't realize that. They think it's just the glitz and the glam, and you just get on as soon as
There's
you get
fucking
out there.
neighborhoods full of homeless.
Yeah, like
the same
freaking whole towns
yeah.
of homeless people, like and
Skid Row and
people
all that
don't-
jazz.
Yeah, Skid Row and shit. And this shit is crazy because it's right next to like where everything is at. So it's
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
literally like homeless people, $1 billion companies, like same block. Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. Like,
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man.
But I feel like in that space is where some real art happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because by seeing that
inspiration, though.
inequality of like classes and shit, like fucking money,
yeah,
like that gets people mad.
yeah,
And that's where you get that good art.
Yeah,
That's where you get that
You're
good
like,
art.
I don't want to be like that.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
gonna
That's
just
how
go
you
harder.
get-
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like you need that dose of reality sometimes, like to just be outside and just be like, you know what I'm saying, by yourself and like putting all your fucking drive into one
Yeah.
thing. You know what I'm saying? So
When's your album coming out? Do you know? You have a date yet?
It's kind of when it's ready. This year, definitely, but I'm not really pushing a date. You know what I'm saying? If it's December 31st, it's going to drop this year, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just make sure that
December 31st, 11:59 p.m.
Right? 11:59, dead ass, like this year. You know what I'm saying? Something
Yeah.
like that.
So tell me, what's the significance of like the name of your label, Third Ninth Records?
Oh yeah, this is like a triple entendre. 39th is good question actually. 39th, well, my brother, he went to NYU, so he's a producer. Like, so
Ooh,
like, I
nice.
kind of
Fancy.
watched him
Yeah.
build up and get nice at producer. Like, so we started in the basement, like before he went to college, like high school. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
doing beats, and then I feel like once he went to NYU, which is by 39th in the city, if you know.
Ah,
you know what I'm
okay,
saying? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
like when he went there, I feel like that's when he really got nice with beats and perfected his craft. And
Yeah.
started getting super nice. And so
Yeah.
it's like that's that part of it. And then we used to be called I and I the Tribe. So it's like I and I being the ninth letter of the alphabet, it's like 9. So it's 3 of us, so it's 3 nines. You know what I'm saying? So 39. So
okay.
that's it.
Shit goes deep.
Yeah, it goes there. Word, you know what I'm saying?
You
Then
can
it's
make
like
a whole lore video.
And then
about
there's
this.
39 people actually on the label.
and then it's
Only-
39, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I dapped up 39 people the day I made it. So it was like, now I'm playing. But yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. It's everything relates.
Yeah.
But 39, that's basically where it stands from.
Did you-
Mostly the NYU
yeah,
thing.
Did you guys also found the company or like start the label like on March 9th?
Nah, but we use that day. That's our day. That
Not
was
too deep.
39th day. 39th
Not too
day.
deep.
We try to drop
Yeah.
songs on the day, or we try to like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, make it 39th day. So that's a fact that we do.
Ooh,
March
that's
9th,
interesting.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? March
Numbers
9th is
and stuff,
39th day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Should get a listening party.
Significant. Numbers is important, man. They run the world, yo. They run the world, man. 30
Yeah.
Listening
numbers,
party
man.
Yeah.
on September 3rd, perhaps.
Facts, though. You know what I'm saying? Album drop.
September 3rd.
Album drop. 39th coming soon.
Yeah.
39th album coming soon. For real.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
sorry.
no, go.
No, but speaking of which, it's actually pretty funny because last year, so a couple of my friends got married, and they got married on March 9th. And
okay.
basically, when you take the words for 3 and 9 in Japanese, it says "sankyu." So it sounds similar to "thank you."
Thank you.
So like apparently Japanese couples do that all the time, where they will get married specifically.
On the 3 and 9.
On
that's why.
on
Sankyu
March
thing.
9th because
Yeah.
it just like says "sankyu."
That's
It's-
interesting.
it's-
I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? That's how
Yeah.
energy works. It's all for
Yeah.
a purpose. Like, you just gotta go with your gut because sometimes
Yeah.
it'd be divine, yo. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
Everything's connected, man.
It's like a
yeah,
silly
man, for
thing,
real.
to be honest. Yeah, it's
Numbers
like
run the
super-
world,
yeah.
man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, man.
Yeah.
For real. That's just dope.
Yeah. It's like a
Yeah,
stupid,
fact.
cute thing in my opinion, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's okay,
Makes
Daniel.
sense.
I know you don't know what love is.
Sankyu. Sankyu.
I don't want you to show me.
Anything
I wanna
anything you want to
know
leave us
what
with?
love is.
I would say one. I just want to drop the names of the artists in my 39th and the 39th crew is
Yeah, for sure.
so Marvelous Beats. You know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
really the producer. He's really the head honcho of the thing. You know what I'm saying? He's like did shit with like Wale and Slick Rick, and he's been on NPR Tiny Desk. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
He's been
nice,
yeah. We
nice,
did a
nice.
tour, 2 street tours. We did a lot of dope stuff. I did commercial with Spray Ground.
That's
And also
pretty cool.
Jesse Scott III is also our second member. He does videos, he does music, he does photography, you know what I'm saying? He does beats, you know what I'm saying? He's really dope. So,
Do you mind me asking, is the record label kind of like located in the city? It's a stupid question, but is it more of like
yeah.
a bedroom type of thing, or like?
yeah, it's more like a home. Like we
Oh,
run
okay.
everything. You know what I'm saying? It's not like some
Yeah.
super corporate yet. It's like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
do
not like
everything.
it-
yeah.
yeah.
Like we manage ourselves.
Right.
We
Yeah.
produce our own beats.
Do you want to go
we
super
have
corporate or not?
I mean, when I have enough leverage, you know what I'm saying? I want to do like a 50-50 partnership with somebody that could actually help us and we can help each other, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to kind of lean on somebody to help me, you know what I'm saying? Because like we've been self-productive for so long. It's like we don't really need a machine, but it will help us take it to the next level like
for sure.
when we have enough leverage, you know what I'm saying?
So are like all your members in the city now, or are they kind of like spread throughout the country?
Well, my brother's in DC. So
he's in DC right now?
Yeah, he's been out there for like 5 years. He's like taking over out there. That's all. Like he did shows with Wale and NPR Tiny Desk is like stationed in DC. So it's like he's doing his thing out there. He's big. He's doing a bunch of shit. And then like me and Jesse are in New York. He's in Mount Vernon, the Bronx, pretty much, and I'm in New Rochelle. So we're trying to expand soon. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start probably signing people, but once we get to a level where it's like if the ball is rolling, and you know
what type of artists are you looking for?
Really like mostly I guess like hip hop artists, singers maybe. Probably like PR people, like trying to just build a team overall. You know what I'm saying? Like videographers, DJs. So we're gonna figure it out, but it's coming together. You know what I'm saying? No rush. You know what I'm saying? It's been only increasing, so it's like that's why I haven't been rushing the process because it's like we're not going backwards. Like everything has been a slow pile. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's no rush. Whenever it happens, it happens.
Patience.
Yeah, patience. That's all you need. You know what I'm saying? Dedication, patience.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
That's awesome, man.
Yes,
so yeah, I mean, like I said, you guys can follow Len at Eye of the Llama, right, on Instagram.
Eye of the Llama, Instagram, Twitter, and third name spelled out. The numbers spelled out. THIRDANDNINTH. That's on everything. Twitter, Instagram. The website is that thirdandninth.com. We actually have some sweaters out. I think I got like 2 more in the crib. First come, first serve. Whoever gets it, I'll give it out to y'all for half off or whatever. Free, you know what I'm saying? Just DM me. I got 2 left in the house. So it's whatever. Yeah, we got stickers and cards, and we coming out with our own champagne coming soon. Product placement, you know.
Yeah, I'll need a swig of that. I'll definitely need a swig of that for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Get right. That's how it is, man. Feel me coming soon.
Yeah,
man.
Awesome, man.
Respect, one more thing that I wanted to ask. What's your brother's name?
Marvelous Beats.
Marvelous Beats. Okay, got it.
Yeah. You check him up. He's actually he was in a BET movie recently called
nice.
It's called I have to look that up again. My bad. But he was just in a recent BET movie. He's doing another one coming up soon. We were on Fox 5 News. We did our street tour.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucking cool.
Oh yeah. Explain more about the street tour. Like we were like talking. We were like talking about it before the podcast, but David, if you don't mind explaining.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't here. I wasn't here.
In fact, we were talking about before, but basically we did like 2 street tours. So the first one was mostly the DMV area. We did like by the colleges, you know what I'm saying, U Street, Howard, we were in DC, Virginia, Maryland, and then the second one was really a bigger one. We did from New York City. We went to Philly, DC, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, Atlanta. We was in front of 2 Chainz Trap House performing and stuff. Like, that's like the Pink Trap House. That shit was dope. We got on Fox 5 News on that tour.
That's fucking
they
cool.
just saw us and we're just like, yo, some other dude recorded. So it was a dope trip. It was dope, yo. So we did 2 of those and it kind of elevated our brand a lot. You know what I'm saying? We were just on the streets, buckets, drumming. You know what I'm saying? My bro played the violin. We had a little speaker. It's crazy because the first street tour we did, the second street tour we did, we went down the whole East Coast. It's like we did it so stupid. It was like, I don't even know how we was able to do it. You know what I'm saying? It was like we had a little battery. We had 2 batteries and a little speaker. So we were hooking up these fucking jumper cables to the little motorcycle batteries. And we had this one speaker and we made it work. But I'm like, why the hell we do that shit?
That's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. We had like 2 hours to perform before our shit died. It was retarded, but
that's
it worked.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, so it's like you gotta take risks sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta fucking do, right?
Yeah,
you gotta work with what you got.
And it came out for the best. My brother actually got the Wale situation from playing on the street, and he met Wale's bodyguard just walking past.
That's
and
crazy.
He was like, yo, you should come perform with us. And it's like, that's why I be telling people just
go
put yourself
outside. Out there.
Yeah, like if you hide it in the crib, it's like nobody's gonna see you.
Yeah.
The internet is so much shit. What is it like 40, what they say, 40,000 songs drop on Spotify a day or some shit?
That's really insane.
Yeah, that's freaking, I'm saying, like, how do you think your song is gonna just be, you know what I'm saying, found? Like, you gotta be outside. Yeah. Just being outside. You never know who's walking on the street that, you know what I'm saying, they got something going on. So that's what it is. It's all about.
Sure. Awesome, man. Well, thanks for coming on. Finally, after a year and a half, we finally got
Thanks. So this has been the work. I appreciate y'all.
To be fair, to be very, very fair, it's probably better that you waited because back then the fucking videos were really, really terrible because the fucking audio.
Even my videos and shit, my art content, I was like, yo, it's better now. We did so much shit since I like talked to you, so it's like it's perfect timing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, have you ever heard? So you know, like Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah.
So cards, but like, so did you watch the show as a kid?
Nah, I just had a Blue Eyes White Dragon card and everybody loved me. Everybody loved me for that shit. I had the holographic one. I used to be like, yo, I got this, nigga. Y'all don't got this shit. So that was like the best.
Because I mean, David knows because like he's like a Yu-Gi-Oh nerd now. But like, there's actually like a season.
No, I just
zero.
rewatched it.
Yeah.
I just rewatched
He's
the
a nerd.
fucking
Dragon Ball Z was my shit.
I love Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z was my favorite. That was everything. I was dead. You know, Dragon Ball Z.
Because like I was gonna say that this is like our season 0, like up until now, like kind of like the podcast was like our season 0 because now that we have all this equipment and like we're like doing it more like professionally, like this is the real first season of like the podcast.
I feel you.
That's
after
2 years. After 2 years is the first season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I felt with my music. I was like, even though I was doing it, I was like, I wouldn't say I was taking it serious like 2015. You know what I'm saying? That's when I really understood it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I was really like, all right, this is what I'm doing. So
that's what you got to go out and do because I mean that's sort of like what you build on. You
exactly.
Know what I mean?
Exactly. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's all the process. You know what I'm saying? You're never doing nothing for no reason. So for sure.
Yeah. Yo, and if you ever need any guitar tracks on, any of your songs, just hit me. I gotta plug myself in.
For sure, definitely. Because my brother played the violin. We always need live instruments. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a band in the show. So it's
just hit me up.
Yeah, bro, for sure, man.
I don't play music anymore, so I wouldn't be able to help you.
All right, bro.
I'll just be there. I'll just be there at like the listening parties, going like,
Yeah, right. On your journalism tip, man. That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
that's
giving you like approving nods.
Right? This is all right, man. It's cool, bro.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. Shout out to David. Shout out to Daniel, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you very much.
Was it through the boroughs in New York City?
So it sounds like NYC.
Yeah, it sounds like NYC,
but it's under through the boroughs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
when did that happen?
Podcast.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. All right, man. You already know we got the starting point of this, man. Shout out to y'all. I hope this joint gets bigger. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep growing, keep doing it.
Yeah, same here.
I'll come back. If I ever blow up and be like super famous, I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
Be like,
I'll hold you to it, bro.
Yeah,
this is getting recorded. This is recorded.
Right? Go back and rewind the film. Like, you said this shit. I'm gonna come back, bro. I promise you.
Nah, but I feel like
you
because you're like putting in the work. I mean, you have like your own merch, like business cards, stickers. Like it seems like putting in the work. Like you guys are gonna get somewhere. Definitely for sure.
Definitely. I appreciate y'all, man. Yeah. Hope y'all get somewhere too, man. Keep building, man. I see it growing since when he hit me up. It's been expanding. You know what I'm saying? So consistency is the key.
Yeah. And next time you better bring us some of that champagne too.
Yeah, yo, I fucking drinking most of it. Coming soon, merch, product placement, 39 champagne. Coming soon. Yeah, man. Got y'all, man.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
no
y'all.
problem.
All right. Good podcast. Shout out to my boy Hollow Tip on the 1s and 2s too.
And that's it, right?
Yes, sir.
No, after a short word from our sponsors.